I was able to change my entire life, including healing from my major depressive disorder, anxiety, trauma, and began my own natural skincare company and podcast. Unfortunately, though, change is always going to happen. Here's what I mean. And we are live. Hello. Welcome back to the Rosabeth Mooon Motivation Podcast, Season 1, Episode 13. My name is Michaela Rosabeth, and in today's episode, we are going to be talking about the dreaded change. And I can't really necessarily say that I'm excited about this. However, I'm not really upset about it. I'll be completely honest. Change is something that's inevitable, and it's something that we go through as humans on a moment-to-moment basis. We get to decide what we do in the moment. We can change our perspective, we can change our path, we can change our journey at any time. And this is really powerful because since we as humans and have this ability, this amazing ability to change and adapt and grow and evolve, this means that you also have the ability to change and grow and adapt and evolve. The issue, though, comes with change, the whole concept of change, because what does that mean? Unfortunately, it means that you have to change the way that you are talking and the way that you are doing things, and you have to change your habits. And as we talked about in How to Change Your Bad Habits episode, which, my goodness, got the most views in 24 hours that I've had on my channel. So thank you so much. I'm so happy that it's reaching out to people. But as we talked about in How to Change Your Bad Habits, it's definitely something you have to do in order to develop good and better habits for yourself in order to become successful. So this podcast is changing. Here's what we're doing. If you can't tell by the quality of this video, I got a new camera. It now shoots in 4K, so you can see me a lot more clear. Definitely fixed the lighting in the studio quite a bit also, so it's not so bright and harsh. And it blurs out all of my facial features. And also, we're going to be changing the schedule a little bit. I've been getting a lot of feedback, which I always say, thank you for your feedback. It helps me grow and this channel grow. And the feedback that I was getting was that I produce such high quality content on such a frequent basis that they are unable to completely have everything ingrained in their brain within 24 hours for them to try to help themselves. Because the next day, while the videos do connect, they haven't quite figured out what habit they want to change and what negative thought loop it is within 24 hours. I completely get it. As much as we want self-help to go really fast, it is a lifelong journey, and so is change. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to provide really high-quality content with scientific-backed facts, also from personal perspectives. No copy and pasting. It's all going to be my stories and how I did it. And we're going to be posting Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. If you're not following me on Facebook, that's fine. Give me a follow. It's Rosabeth Mooon Motivation. I posted on there how one of the things that we have also been getting feedback on is that me posting at 5 to 7 p.m. is unfortunately not giving enough people time to watch the content and really do the practices and really work with my channel because it's so late. And I actually get it. I get it. It's a lot of really great informative content. And, you know, a lot of us work 9 to 5s. If I post at 7 p.m., you only have a few hours to watch it and try to ingrain it into your brain. So I posted on Facebook that we are now going to be posting at 5 a.m. every day. But change, right? The new change is that we're now posting 5 a.m. still, but instead Monday, Wednesday, Fridays is the 5 a.m. podcast episodes. This way, you have the entire day that you can watch it. You don't have to rush watching it. You can take your time. You can start in the morning, finish in the evening. I like to watch my podcasts myself because they give me a little bit of excitement and kind of like a good refresh for the week of what I've talked about. And I really like the 5 a.m. I'm not going to lie. I did it for Wednesdays and Thursdays episode, and today's Friday. I'm going to do it for today's episode too. And I got to say, I like waking up and doing my makeup, hearing my self-help podcasts because it really gets me amped up for the day. So we're going to stick to that. Okay. The other thing that we're going to change is the podcast style. So I like this, okay? I like the sitting down, chit-chatting. I have my equipment. I have my camera, my microphone. We're talking. Everything's fine. I like the setup. It's fine. But I feel like in the self-help industry, so many people are super insanely serious, which is fine. Self-help is a serious thing. And that said, it's done over and over and over and over again. This sitting down, looking at a camera, talking to people has been done over and over and over again, specifically sitting at a desk. So I'm just going to throw this in here as a little sneak peek. Next week's podcast, for those of you that are viewing on YouTube for the visuals, my set's going to be different. And I got a new set. And it's going to be more of a lounge. Let's chat about self-help 101 type style instead of, listen, if you're not doing this, you're worthless. Instead of that kind of style, because that's not me. I really genuinely made this podcast as a self-help 101. I made it to help people just like me who couldn't figure out what they wanted to do because they had so much trauma. I made this podcast for people like me who want to learn self-help because they truly believe that they have the power to do it, because I had the power to do it. I made this podcast as a let's talk about these more serious things in more of a girl chit-chat kind of way, because these things that we talk about in the podcast, right? Shame, guilt, bad habits, trauma, etc., they're not lighthearted things, but they should be talked about on a regular basis, because it's even on my blog. It was like 7 out of 10 people have some type of mental illness or mental distress disorder. That's 70% of us. And it's not talked about. So, changing the set, we're going to make it a more of a chit-chat style, lounge style, more of a comfy setting that you can come to in the mornings or throughout the day or at night, whenever you want, because now my episodes are available all day, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. And we can hang out. We can drink some tea together. Whenever we talk about whatever crazy topic we are talking about that day, I can tell you my stories without me feeling like I have to be all super strict about them. And I'm just, excuse me. And I'm just really, really excited. I'm just really excited for this change. And change is inevitable, right? Let's get to the lesson of this video. Change is inevitable, and it's something that even when you are a success, you have to do. Because without changing the situation, everything will stay the same. If you don't like the current situation and you don't change so everything stays the same, you can't really complain because you're the one creating that situation. You can change. You can make it better. You can take your own feedback. Like I'm taking you guys' feedback. You can change and adapt. And what it leads to is growth and inevitably success. Thanks for coming along with me for season 1, episode 13 of the Rosabeth Mooon Motivation podcast. I'm also kind of thinking that I might be changing the name from Rosabeth Mooon Motivation podcast to simply Rosabeth Mooon Motivation because my episodes are only 10 to 15 maximum I've had so far is I think 17 minutes, which is not like the normal podcast time. And I didn't want it to be an hour plus long because self-help is such a strong topic. Wanted to be really short, simple, to the point. Let's talk about it. So that might be another change. If you want to know if that changes, check out next week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, I will be posting self-help affirmation videos sparingly on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Check out those. Affirmations are just really great mental tools that you can use to hype yourself up. They're really good for reframing negative thoughts. If you saw Thursday's episode 12. And I just genuinely really loved them and how they helped me on my self-help journey. So I'm going to give some to you for free on this channel, sparingly Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you for being with me during this change. I know that change is hard and it's uncomfortable and it makes you feel all of those feelings inside that just make you want to, but it's a necessary thing to do to grow and find your success. My name's Michaela Rosabeth. This is the Rosabeth Mooon Motivation podcast, the last episode of all weekday videos, but the quality is getting better for everything. So I will see you in the beginning of next week's episodes on Monday for episode 14. Bye, guys.